Hey everyone, and welcome to this little modular synth rig rundown. Today I just want to give you kind of an overview of what I have here. I just wanted to show you what gear I am using, how I'm using my gear, how this whole thing is kind of set up. So yeah, I would say let's start right in. I built a little patch. And I'm just going to run you through that patch and some extras that also add to what this is doing. As a general overview, I have three main sections in my rig. I have the modular itself, I have the Korg MS-20 Mini, and I have the Moog Werkstatt. And I use these to combine everything. Sometimes I only use parts of it, but I like to have everything together so that if I want to use something, I can. The heart of this patch and also my setup in general right now is this Korg SQ-1 sequencer that I'm using to sequence the modular. I have a CV out and a gate out right now that is connected to Plaits, which is my main oscillator. It's a very affordable sequencer, but it can do so much, and I really love the hands-on experience of having knobs to twist instead of just having keys as you get, for example, with the Arturia key step. And then this sequencer is triggering Plaits, which is my main oscillator. It has so many options to choose from. I'm right now using for this patch the chord option, but you can have so many options from different ways of synthesis. But also you have basically a drum sequencer in there with kick drum sounds and hi-hat sounds that you can really form into anything. And I think it's just one of the most versatile oscillators that you can get right now. One thing though is that before going into Plaits, the gate is triggering my Doepfer A-145 ADSR, which it's just an envelope to kind of lighten the attack of the whole thing and lighten the release so that it feels more ambient and has a bit more structure to it. I'm also using the Doepfer A-145. So these are 4 oscillators that I use to modulate different parameters in this patch. For example, right now I'm modulating the morph function of Plaits, as well as the timbre function, so that the oscillator itself changes throughout the patch. And I'm also using it to trigger the seat in beats, which is the other main element of this patch in my whole modular setup. Beats is a texture synthesizer, and I mainly use it for granular delay as well as reverb. Next to Plaits, I also have the SOMA LYRA 8FX section, which is a very nice delay and distortion. It's a really beautiful module, and I just love how versatile I can use it to give delay to anything. And I also like that I have multiple delays that can already do so much in making a patch more interesting when you have different delay times that work against each other. And this thing you can probably not even see right now, but this is a 2H mixer that I'm using to just sum all the signals I'm getting from the modular, the MS-20 Mini, and the Werkstatt. I'm really happy with it because it gives me the opportunity to play everything at the same time, but I also have to be really careful about the levels because as this is just a patch mixer and doesn't have any knobs, it just sums the signals, and as soon as something is louder than something else, it ducks the other thing. And this is kind of sad, but right now I don't have any more space in my modular to expand on that mixer. But if I ever expand this rig, then I will probably get a bigger mixer with knobs so that I can really have more options within the patch. The other 2 modules I have are the Doepfer A-1904, which is a Midi to CV device and also like an interface, which I'm using to trigger the modular synth from my computer. So I have a Midi interface from my computer connected to this thing, so that if I want to, I can play the modular synth also without the sequencer, but directly from my DAW to trigger anything in here. The last thing I'm using in this modular setup is the Vermona modular audio interface, which I'm just using to get the audio from the modular back into my system and my computer through my main audio interface. So let's get to the other parts. I also have this Korg MS-20 Mini, which is a really nice hardware synth, and I'm using it mainly as a filter unit because I don't have a fixed filter in my modular, so I'm using it as a filter, but I'm also using it to have more oscillators and to use this really great grittiness you get when you distort the signal through overdriving it in the MS-20. And now you can really hear the distortion. That just the filter and the internal overdrive creates. So I'm really loving the MS-20 for these kind of things. They're really legendary filters and really legendary system that I am really great I get to have here in my setup. And then the last thing I have in my setup is this really nice little Moog Werkstatt 01, which gives me another filter, a Moog filter, which is always nice, really nice butter filter, but also a really nice bass or lead synth that I can use within the whole setup. So this was my rig rundown of 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if there's any questions about what I'm using, how I'm using anything, please let me know in the comments and I will answer everything that you guys ask. So thank you so much, and see you soon.